What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Hype, episode 396, Mojobreak.com's flagship sports card podcast. Episode 396, we're 4 away from 400. Expect some fun stuff very, very soon. Doug not here today. Doug is cruising, if I believe, right?
Cruising.
He's cruising. I like a cruise.
Speaking of cruising, and cruises in general, there's a new series on Netflix. I don't know if it's new, but it's called Trainwreck, and it basically it's like a 45-minute story of something that was a absolute train wreck, and they have like. One of them was like a mayor of Toronto that had like
mayor of Toronto.
Yeah, he had a pretty good story.
Yeah.
One of them was called the Poop Cruise.
I remember this story.
And
I definitely remember this story.
Yeah, I just watched it, and yeah, I hope Doug's cruise doesn't. I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope it's not the Poop Cruise.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad times. It's funny because I think it happened in 2013. I don't recall that. I don't recall that story at all. So I was like. This is absolutely bizarre, and I've never been on a cruise before, so I was like, this doesn't make me want to jump on, Carnival's website and go on a cruise
and book a ticket.
No.
I only remember this really well because the year that happened, I think I had just gone on a cruise for the very first time about a month before that story broke. So I went on the cruise. I was like, man, cruises are fun. What a great time. And then that happened. Like, oh, right. You are just kind of stuck on a vessel that has got all sorts of nastiness underneath. They can't put it in the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, the engine caught on fire, blew through all their electricity, and apparently the water source and the running water is powered by electricity on the ship. So that's why they had no toilets, and you have thousands of people on there. You put it together, bad stuff happens. Gross.
Well, you know where bad stuff won't happen is at the Mojobreak National Kickoff Party in Chicago. Good stuff's going to happen there. And if you
better vibes. I could guarantee you that.
Better vibes.
Very few things I can guarantee, but it will be a better time than being stranded on the Poop Cruise in 2013.
That's what we're going to put as the tagline. Third annual National Mojobreak Customer Appreciation
It's a little
Party.
wordy. But I think it will 100% get the point across.
The link should be up in our link tree now. If you know where to find us on social media. We're also going to post that. I think if you're listening to this on Tuesday, we posted that this morning. The link for the party. It's happening, our third National Kickoff Party. This time it's the 15th Anniversary Customer Appreciation Party. There's going to be free break spots. There's going to be packs. There's going to be free food, free drink, I believe, for the first hour. I think I can announce that.
It'll be multiple hours. Yeah, we got it. I would say probably it'll be free drinks and food throughout the evening, I would say. Doug and I will be emceeing it. I'm stoked because the first year we had it in Chicago, I wasn't there. I was there last year for Cleveland, but I was not there. So, and I think you emceed it.
I emceed the first one, which was a blast. It was so much fun, and the location could not be better. Right across the street. It's going to be at the, oh my God, why is the name not coming to me? The hotel. The Hyatt. The Hyatt right across the street. You can take the Sky Bridge right across the street.
Yes.
You can escape the Chicago heat, which I'm assuming it will be hot.
Yes.
You can walk across the Sky Bridge right after the first day of the show.
Come over, hang out, get some free stuff, get some finger foods. Get a little, maybe a silver soda or two, or whatever you'd like. We're gonna have a good time, and I think doesn't it go from 6 to 9?
6 to 9.
6 to 9, and it, I want to say 2 years ago, I think it got extended.
We did.
I think everybody's having such a good time. We didn't want the party to stop.
Yeah, I think we asked the people there, hey, can we go one more hour? And they were very nice. The folks over at the Hyatt were awesome, very accommodating. And so if you guys want to get in on the party, there's a link again. Find it on our social media. Go to our link tree. The link is there to RSVP. I believe there are 100 spots available to get to the party. So it's going to be an exclusive event. And we want to give back to our most dedicated customers, people who have been here since the very, very beginning. If you guys want to get in on that RSVP, and if you want to get in on the karaoke contest, we're doing another karaoke contest.
Yep.
DM us on Instagram personally. Say, hey, I want to get in. Let us know your song, all that stuff. So DM us personally. We're also reaching out to friends that we have in the hobby to be part of this contest as well. So if you want to compete with the likes of Dan, are you going to be singing in the contest? Maybe
I will not be singing in the contest.
Might be a judge. Maybe.
I'm not going to be a judge.
Okay.
I'm going to be the MC.
That's true. You're just
Doug.
the MC.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'll be there. I will probably do a song or two, and then if I'm not MCing anymore and we're extending it, then I might be able to get up there and do a little solo song. I don't know. I mean, I do love some Creed.
There you go.
Creed's. I mean, what's a karaoke event without somebody doing Creed?
That's true. It is not a karaoke event until somebody breaks out higher. So if you guys want to compete at it, let us know in our Instagram DMs, DM us, and it's going to be a good time. And, of course, go to Mojobreak.com. We got full slate of breaks this week. It is a holiday week, but that doesn't mean we don't have all the newest releases breaking as well. Speaking of newer releases, this was the one that I think got a lot of people talking in the hobby over the last week. WNBA rookie royalty got a lot of people talking initially because I think I saw you send this, Dan, to our Slack, and it was just like the sticker shock was mind-blowing. Now, this is a high-end WNBA product. For those who don't know, that the starting price at Dutch auction for a 2-card product was $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you were guaranteed at least one Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark auto per box, plus one other card. I think there was some confusion initially where you hear the 30,000 and you go, oh my God, it's 30,000 where, yes, you're guaranteed an auto of one of these two players, but like, that's the checklist. Then as they kind of put it out there, like, oh, no, you can get other players as well. It's not just them, but you are just guaranteed one of their 2 rookie autos.
Yes, and basically Panini did. It's all high end. So it represents flawless, national treasures, immaculate, noir.
Yes.
So those 4 releases. And then you have kabooms and downtowns.
Yes.
Now,
I think there's also some other, I have to double check, but I think there might be some other, like Donruss Optic might be included in that.
It was
I have to
only,
look.
I thought you were
say.
getting one autograph of Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese out of one of those 4 products, and then you were getting a kaboom or downtown, and they do have parallels of those. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are in those, but you have a lot of rookies and stars of the WNBA that are going to be on that checklist as well.
Because it almost seemed like at first it was like, hey, tough luck, collectors of Cameron Brink. You're not getting anything. But that is not the case. So there's Contenders rookie season tickets.
I forgot.
There is Contenders. There's
okay.
Donruss next day.
Okay. So
this is the checklist.
So that would be six sets that are going to be represented.
Yeah. So you've got that, Elite Pen Pals, Regal Achievements, Sneaker Spotlight, Signatures Vertical. Plus, you've also got the RPAs out of Flawless with the WNBA logos on there as well, Immaculate, and NT as well. They got a cool NT Rookie All-Star Patch auto, and it's going to be, again, all Caitlin Clark, all Angel Reese.
I was trying to figure out, and I don't think there's a set checklist yet, so we haven't been able to pinpoint exactly what the box quantity was, but I would say 1,500 to 2,000 boxes feels about right.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I'm actually reading this all off of Beckett does have the checklist up right now.
Okay.
And when we're looking at the rookie season autos, cracked ice and below. So number to 25, number to 10, and then a 1 of 1. And that's pretty much the standard. There's some other ones. Elite Pen Pals has a number to 25 silver, number to 10 gold, green number to 5, and a black 1 of 1. You've also got the memorabilia, which 20 and lower for some of these other ones, like the Flawless, obviously one of ones. So, yeah, I think that estimate is about right, and they don't have any numbering, obviously, for the SPs. The Kabooms are gold's number to 10 and green's green one of ones as well. I think, though, obviously the 30,000 is such a shocking number. But you know what?
I honestly, we were talking about this for almost, it is about 5 days, maybe almost a week, and went back and forth with not only Doug, but a handful of other people. And I was like, I get it from Panini's standpoint. I honestly, like, there hasn't been a product that's ever been really pushed out like this with all these high-end subsets that are going to obviously be desirable. $30,000. I mean, I don't think anybody thought it was going to sell out at $30,000, but you have that initial sticker shock where you're going to have a lot of content creators jump on it and go, I can get clicks if I can basically say this box is going to be sold at $30,000.
We took the bait too. We posted something. I saw it and was like, well, we got to post something immediately about it. And Panini is going, sweet, free marketing.
Sure.
Like, who cares? Like, of course it's not going to sell for $30K, but putting it at that price and saying, look at what these cards are. Everybody was talking about this.
I mean, even this morning, a couple hours before it goes live, I'm sitting there talking to Doug, and we're like, okay, what do we think these boxes are going to sell for? And I honestly, doing this for 15 years, this product comes out, I'm like, I honestly would not be surprised if it sold out at $20K. And I was like, I don't think that's probably not going to be the high percentage. I don't think that's going to happen, but I wouldn't be like, I can't believe this. No way. I'd be like, no, I'm like, it could happen. I didn't think it was going to go south of 10,000. And I thought right in the middle, around 15,000 is where I thought it was going to sell out. Well, I was dramatically wrong. To be completely transparent, we did buy one at 15K. And that was one just to have it, because that was the price that we really did think that, like, people would start really buying, and it very well could sell out at that point. I think we bought majority of them at like the 5 range, and it did hit the floor, but that is, I don't know how many were still available at the floor at that point, because when it hit the floor, it was probably instantly sold out at that point. So I don't know how many were still available. I don't know how many people actually got in at the floor. I know you could, right before the floor, it was like 45, something like that, 41 to 42. I don't know what it was exactly. It was readily available. You can check out at any point. It didn't bog down or anything like that. But as soon as it hit 3,000, could not get in your cart, and then it basically said it was sold out. So I think at $3,000, if you did get it,
oh my gosh,
I think that is the deal of the century.
Yeah.
I think there's potentially 20 to 25, maybe 30 cards that fetch close to 6 figures.
100%. I mean, I'm looking right now. I have it on Card Ladder. This is just since the beginning of the WNBA season. This is Caitlin Clark, but I mean, one of one Black Finite sold for $274,500. Another gold vinyl sold one of one, over 200K. The gold vinyl PSA 9 from Prison sold for $175,000. So we're potentially looking at this product is filled with WNBA logo patch cards, the very first ones of these rookie autos of the best of the best. So yeah, $3K for this, to me, like, that's the steal of the century if you were able to get.
I did see that there's an online retailer that is selling, that has them priced at $10K right now. Which if you got in at anywhere below $10K, you did pretty well. Yeah. I am kind of surprised it did not sell out at $10K.
I am too, but I do think there's a little bit of it's Caitlin Clark or bust, right?
Sure.
I mean, no disrespect to Angel Reese.
But you should have a 50% chance if it is truly split 50-50 Reese Clark, then you have a 50% chance if you're into it for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000.
Right.
There's probably not a better return on your investment on any sealed wax in the industry. And I know I had said this before. I said it with the Wemby product too, and that didn't obviously age well.
No, but now this
is proven.
Mm-hmm.
This is like flawless is a proven line. Immaculate NT.
Yeah.
Like this is basically this is all the proven high-end chase cards that you would want, maybe minus the Panini contenders, or I don't.
Yeah.
The rookie ticket. I don't know if that's really done tremendously well in basketball. I view that as more of kind of a football staple.
Yeah, for sure.
Next day autos, 100 huge, super desirable on those, and obviously the parallel downtowns and the kabooms, and even the base kabooms and downtowns of Caitlin Clark
are going to be
insane.
Yeah, and just looking at Angel Reese's market too. If you're like, oh, it's Clark or bust, whatever. I'm looking right now on May 22nd, $3,700 for a PSA 10 gold prism for Angel Reese. So
you're definitely
doing fine.
You're definitely hoping for a Caitlin Clark auto out of your box.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But is there, if you get a Angel Reese auto, is there a possible? Because these are going to be there's 2 cards. They're going to be hand packed. You got to expect they're going to be hand packed. So if you get a Angel Reese auto, there's a chance you can get a Caitlin Clark kaboom or a downtown.
Exactly. Yeah, I think this is going to be real. I'm really excited to see what these cards look like, what they end up going for on the secondary market. And the thing is, too, you mentioned it does have shades of the Mercury thing where you're like, the sticker shock, is this going to be worth it? I think this, though, holds the value better. One, because Caitlin Clark's market is only getting bigger right now. I think I just saw her first signature shoe was being immediately flipped for double, triple the price, like on release day. So all across the board, not just in the hobby, but her market for anything Caitlin Clark is huge, and officially licensed stuff. That's the biggest difference.
That's the other thing that, like, when you compare the Mercury product that was centered around Wemby, that is the one thing that you can say that's going to be different with this product for sure, is that it is officially licensed, no airbrush logos. That is going to substantially help the secondary market on it. So I'm excited. We are going to have it. I don't know how we're going to break it yet, but we will have it available on Mojobreak, Mojobreak.com for sure. We're still trying to brainstorm what the best way of breaking it is.
Yeah. And
we'll probably have a couple boxes that are going to be available through mojobreakshop.com as well. So, yeah, stay tuned. And let us know which way you think would be the best way to break it.
Seriously.
Because we obviously, like, we want to keep the price low. The entry price as low as possible, because it is going to be a high risk product. There's only 2 cards, obviously. So we were actually thinking about maybe doing product subject. So you buy flawless Caitlin Clark.
Oh, sure.
So if there's a flawless Caitlin Clark card, you get it. You go immaculate Caitlin Clark. You go Donruss Caitlin Clark, and an Angel Reese NT, and you break it down that way, and then you probably have like some type of all other spot for like the other kabooms in downtown. So like trying to brainstorm right now which would be the best way to break it. So
yeah, I mean, there's really been nothing like this, I think, as long as I've been here, that is like this product.
The closest thing would be either the Kobe Eminence back in the day, or the Mercury Wemby product.
Yeah.
That's all I can really pinpoint because there hasn't been a ton of products that have been centered around one player. In this case, two players and some. But I mean, let's face it, this is going to be a Caitlin Clark product or bust. I mean, that's basically what everybody's going to be chasing.
Yeah. So let us know if you got suggestions how to break this thing down.
How do you break it down?
We're all ears.
You break it down.
It's very unique. It's very.
I mean, right now the market it breaks down to $5,000 a card.
Yeah.
I mean, online retailers selling it for $10K. That's $5K a card.
Yeah. What does now I'm curious, what does the flawless WNBA logo Caitlin Clark rookie?
Well, I mean, you were just showing some cards that were near $250,000.
The finite 1 of 1 sold for $274,000.
I gotta think it's gonna be in that ballpark.
Gotta be.
So that's why I said, I mean,
minimum
I don't think they made more than 2,000 boxes, and potentially 20 to 30 cards could fetch 6 figures, which is unheard of for that small of a print run.
Yeah. Pretty nuts. I think that's it. I think
also, I think a number to 99 NT RPA of Clark is going to double or triple your box depending on what you bought it for.
Oh, definitely. It definitely will. I think 500K is absolutely not out of the conversation for that card.
Well, and then you have it. You're going to have it with flawless, immaculate, and NT.
Yeah, yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy.
And then you have, even with the noir. I mean, they did a good. It's the sneaker spotlight and the spotlight signatures, which are the two probably most notable and best-selling subsets out of noir. So even if you hit a noir, you're still going to be doing pretty good.
You're doing all right.
This is going to be crazy. I'm torn because I would love I love the fact that it was Dutch auction, but I also don't love the fact because it's just the uncertainty of what with something like this. There are probably dealers out there that purchased at the ceiling or close to it. Us buying at 15, I don't think we were literally the only people who purchased it at that price.
Definitely not.
I think there was definitely dealers that purchased it a lot higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that like you purchased something for $25K that if you would have waited an hour, you could have bought it at $4K is a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. Very, very tough. That was the initial shock. It's a 2-card box. Yeah. As big as some of these cards are going to be, it's 2.
I mean, I would love for Panini to, and they never will, and they probably never should, but it's just I would love to know the data of like, and I think StockX used to do this with their Dutch auction. They would basically tell you like, this is where all the bids came in. Here's all the analytics. You had 3 at 29,000. You had, 200 at like 17,000. Like, I would love to see those analytics. But Panini has that.
I was about to say, I'd be pretty shocked if Panini.
Oh, I mean, like, it never will happen. No. But I think it would be extremely helpful to understand where the overall market is in the hobby to have that type of data.
It would be very helpful, but and it's
pipe dream.
And we can also poke and laugh and go, look at this guy. This guy bought the box for $30K.
It wouldn't have your name and credit card number and social on it. Like, it could be anonymous. We could
all laugh the anonymous. Like, look at them. They bought it too high.
I would love like a data graph of like, here is every single purchase that happened on the Dutch auction. That'd be for a lack of a better term, it'd be game changing, bro. It'd be game changing.
It would be. The transparency would be a breath of fresh air. Yeah. It'd be really nice. So that'll be coming soon. By the way, I think it's hit 500K. I think we're in the ballpark for that. But given that I also guessed that the Paul Skeens debut patch would sell for $275,000 and it sold for what, $1.2 million. So if you want to place a bet on the Caitlin Clark-Selling for like 1 million or above. Probably because I don't
think the Paul Skeens goes for 1.2 million if it was at auction today.
Oh, I think it does.
I don't think so.
Well, no, I don't know if it does, but I don't think it's that far off. He's better this year. He's literally better.
At 1.2 million, you have to say without a doubt,
I know,
we may be witnessing the greatest pitcher to ever do it.
Look,
and we're talking organized baseball, 150 years in at this point.
We're certainly watching potentially the greatest start to a pitcher's career of all time. I can tell you that much with pretty confidently. I can tell you that.
You could have said
over 20 years.
You could have said that back in the day about like Kerry Wood.
No.
Out of the gate, Kerry Wood is like, we've never seen anybody start quite like this. He might be the greatest pitcher ever to do it.
I think I'm not
saying Paul Skeens is gonna be Kerry Wood, but
no,
I think there's a better chance of him being Kerry Wood than the greatest pitcher ever to do it.
As of right now, I guess that's fine. I will agree with that argument. That's fine. You're right. It's early. It's very early. But anyway, by the way, new baseball card podcast, Wax Facts and Warning Track every Friday. If you want to listen, Bubba and I break down all the baseball cards.
Starting this Friday?
We already started. We had one last week.
Oh, because I'm like, this Friday is 4th of July.
4th of July this Friday, but we'll have a special holiday release. We'll record it early.
What did you guys talk about? Did you guys talk about?
We did talk
baseball?
about Skeens. We talked about baseball cards. Last week we broke down Paul Skeens and the Brewers phenom Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah. Also the greatest pitcher ever to do it.
And how all 5 of his Bowman Red firsts all sold within a week. It's pretty nuts.
You do understand my argument and how quick we move on, right?
Oh, no, I 100% agree. You're right. And Jacob Mizorowski is absolutely front and center the example of like we have all moved on. We have all moved now to Jacob Mizorowski, the new hotness.
Yeah, the new hotness, 10 times the pitcher that Skeens is.
Right. Skeens can't throw a 96-mile-per-hour slider.
Nope.
But Jacob Mizorowski can.
Yes, he can.
So there you go. Yeah.
We
stay on your toes, folks.
When did he make his debut?
Like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, so he won't need too late for any products.
He won't be a rookie this year, but he'll be a rookie next year.
Ooh.
So you better hope he keeps it up throughout the year. So it's like we can sell him, Roman Anthony. We can. There was somebody else that's escaped my mind, but there's a nice base of rookies there that they can pimp out for 2026. Moving on, you thought we were done talking about Fanatics Fest? Absolutely not. Because guess what? We talked about it last week. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to have a West Coast Fanatics Fest? It might actually be happening. Fanatics Fest, San Diego.
Is that the convention center?
That is the San Diego Convention Center. It is massive.
It looks huge.
It is gigantic.
I thought it was an airport.
It kind of does look like an airport. If you've ever been to San Diego, if you've ever been to a Padres game, it is literally across the street from Petco Park. You can just walk right across the street. And the rumor right now, I got to shout out our good friend Jesse from Sports Card Nonsense.
My dude.
Who
he likes Doug a lot more than he likes me. that is well documented.
Jesse, can you confirm or deny these allegations? If you're listening or watching, let us know.
Doug is definitely his favorite. Actually, I could guarantee it goes Doug, you.
Oh man,
and I might be sniffing the podium. I might be able to get bronze. But it very well could be Bubba. He might be like,
be careful. Maybe Bubba's coming for the bronze medal.
I love Jesse.
I saw on his IG, he posted something up that, hey, I just learned this is happening. I got a tip, and I looked it up, and it looks real. Fanatics for San Diego. So I did a little sleuthing myself. Just Googled Fanatics Fest San Diego. You put it up on Google. And the first landing page is from the official San Diego Convention Center website. Fanatics Fest, San Diego, December 12th to December 14th of this year. When you click on it, it does say private event. Details coming soon. So it is just kind of a holding page right now. There is another, I think he was citing like a convention. I can't remember the exact name, but it was like a website that is all about like tracking the conventions.
I know what you're talking about because I actually think I saw that posted somewhere on Twitter.
Yeah.
X, whatever.
And that's whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
And that's the one that's gaining some steam because it actually has a lot more detail of like this is happening. I hope this is happening. For some reason, San Diego just didn't even cross my mind, even though it is the perfect spot in terms of the building. I just thought Fanatics wouldn't do San Diego. I thought they would go with the flashy LA before San Diego.
Well, we know San Diego is proven to be able to host such event.
Yep.
I know Comic-Con's been there for 20 years.
At least probably more now. Probably 34, almost 40 years at this point. Now, the magnitude of Comic-Con, for sure, about 20 years at this magnitude.
Yeah, I thought it started somewhere in like the early 2000s, but maybe it really started popping off in the early 2000s.
It became the not just comic convention, it became the pop culture convention probably by like in the early mid 2000s.
But we know that works. We know the lodging is available. Obviously, like if you've ever been down to San Diego in that area, like you said, Petco Park's right there, but they also have the Gas Lamp District, which is really, really popular.
Yeah.
Different,
great spot.
Like, restaurants and activities and a tourist attraction just on its own. So I can't think of a better spot. The weather will be amazing.
Perfect.
In December. There's not a lot of places in the country where you can say that. San Diego is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked. I'm excited. I don't know why we didn't think of that. You would think that we just are. You would think we would know something about something since we do a podcast every week, and we would be like, you know what would really work? San Diego.
So
we're like, we're always talking about like LA and we're talking about Vegas, and I mean, I think we've thrown out like Phoenix or Scottsdale, and
because we're thinking sports first, and I think too the LA stuff. I never considered San Diego just because I think LA they kind of planted their flag last year with the rumors that LA was happening, so I think that kind of put them at the forefront. But I've never done LA Convention Center. Is it in a is there anything around it? Like, it's downtown, right?
Yeah.
But downtown LA is kind of
downtown
kind of blah.
Yeah, and it's LA is huge.
Right.
Like you think the thing is you think about LA is, I mean, if you want to throw Orange County and all the surrounding areas around it, I mean, it's
a
huge.
Massive area.
It's huge. I mean, takes you with no traffic. You're talking like 2.5 hours to drive to one side to the other.
Right.
San Diego is just so much more condensed. So as far as the LA Convention Center, I mean, downtown LA is what it is. It's just like any other major
there's nothing there's downtown. So many better spots in LA than downtown LA.
100%. Anaheim Convention Center, I've been there a million times. That's also a good spot. And you can piggyback on their setup for tourists. I mean, obviously Disneyland's right there, so year-round tourist attractions. So they have the lodging and the restaurants and all that stuff to accommodate. Anaheim Convention Center would be the first place. I would actually think Anaheim Convention Center before I would think the Los Angeles Convention Center.
100%. Same here. I can see, though, if they are like, oh, which one are we going to pick in SoCal for Fanatics Fest? Doing near Christmas time in Anaheim, that's tough. That's like one of the big... I know for Disneyland crowds, that's an insane time of year. They don't want to detract. They don't want to take hotel space away from already an insane time for the parks. Where San Diego is perfect. It's everybody, all those hotels know how to do this with Comic-Con. It sounds good. The projected attendance for this, they're saying, I think they said it's like 30,000 will be the tickets or whatever, which I don't even know how they come up with that on that website that we were talking about.
I think it'd be more than that.
I think it's going to be more than that too. And it's also built for the moment the show ends. And this is, to me, what's so thinking about when the years of going to Comic-Con, half the fun of Comic-Con is after the show. It's going out in the streets in the gas lamp, hanging out with a bunch of nerds and going
furries?
No furries.
Oh,
no
I think
furries.
I've asked that before.
That's a different convention. That one's right here in San Jose. Or the other part that's cool, and this is where they could take advantage of that location, is that every year at Comic-Con, I think I've talked about
there
this.
might be a little crossover though.
I think there is. Oh, you're talking furries and nerds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sure. I'm pretty sure if you were to put a bunch of people together who've been, and you're like, hey, you've been to a furry convention. Have you also been to San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of, no, I've been to both.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if you want to complete that, go to Fanatics Fest. Then you'd be really unique. You'd be a diamond.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, that would that'd be special.
Exactly. But yeah, half the fun is doing that. But also, what they do almost every time I would go to Comic-Con, they did some sort of event at Petco Park, where whether it was they took advantage of the lawn that they had out there, where it's the park outside the park. One year I remember was really cool. They did a Walking Dead experience inside Petco Park. Awesome. So zombies would chase you around the ballpark. It was really cool. So after the after show, to take advantage of a whole Major League ballpark right next door would be a no-brainer, and I think that's something that is no other location offers that sort of experience.
I love it. Let's book it.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Let's book it. You've sold me. Let's do it. Lock it in.
I'm gonna throw it out here, and this is West Coast bias at its finest. I think it's got the potential to be something that they could make even better than the New York experience. I'm just throwing it out there.
You sold me on California.
Yeah, it's here. It's here.
I'm sold.
Yeah, the weather won't be. It'll be 75 degrees in the middle of December. Be great. Go and have a fish taco right on the beach.
I mean, some of the best Mexican food I've ever had
easily
is in San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm not a fish taco guy though. I don't do seafood, so like.
Oh yeah, that's
hard pass.
That's my go-to in San Diego is a fish taco. Actually, no, I'll tell you my go-to. Shout out to anyone listening in San Diego. Maybe my favorite burger spot in the entire state.
I'm there. I love. Let's go now.
Hodad's downtown. The burgers are amazing. Milkshakes also amazing. Great spot. So. Can't wait to go to Fanatics Fest and be like, oh man, there's
one of it rivals the Lucky Beaver.
Oh yeah, we'll have
Lake Tahoe and Reno.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna make content out of this.
The battle over the greatest burger on the West Coast.
The Beaver versus Hodad's. It's happening. So there you go. I really hope this happens.
I'm stoked.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's prime for it. If anybody's wondering, what would be the next best spot, that literally is the best spot to do it. It's great. Yeah.
Book it.
All right, let's go from something that we can talk about with a lot of confidence to something that we can't. Labubus have entered the hobby. Look,
speak for yourself.
Okay. Can I preface this topic with everybody who's listening going, what the hell are you
Teletubbies?
Doing? They're not Teletubbies. If you're just listening at home,
Are you sure?
I have put a picture of Labubus on the screen. Look,
distant cousin.
This morning
of the Teletubby.
I was not aware Doug would not be with us on today's show until this morning, and I kind of counted on him to be the Labubu expert. I know his daughters are very into the Labubus right now, so I really was like, great, perfect. This is a tailor-made topic for Doug. To give us the Labubu intel. And instead, you've got Dan and I talking about PSA is now going to be grading the Labubu blind box ID cards that basically are the cards you get that tell you this is who your Labubu is, this is how rare your Labubu is.
It's got some Beanie Baby vibes. Remember the maybe the little Beanie Baby tags?
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly that, where people would get them. They started to sell them where they were protected.
Yeah, they have little protectors, little top loaders.
Yeah.
Top.
I absolutely remember when they first came out, they didn't have those little protectors.
My wife's got a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be rich.
There you go.
We're going to be rich.
Exactly. Just wait. It's coming around.
Wait. I'm going to wait 150 years.
If anything, maybe this Labubu craze has said it's maybe going to get people more interested in past crazes. Oh, what was the Labubu of the 90s? Well, sit down,
Beanie
young one,
Babies.
and let me tell you a tale of Beanie Babies.
Okay, Labubu, let's talk about it. I'm going to ask some questions, and it is okay for you to be like, I don't know.
I feel like I would be considered.
Or you could just make it for great content and just make it up.
I'll just make it up. Let's just make it up.
Okay, roughly, how large are these? Are they?
I think they vary in size.
They vary in size.
So my entire knowledge of this trend is from my sister, who consumes a lot of TikTok trends and stuff, and she's always on top of it. She came. We always do a little Sunday dinner with the family.
Her on the podcast.
Yeah, honestly, we should have. I should call her up. She came to. We always have a Sunday dinner with the family, and she comes in. She's got a designer bag with a Labubu on the bag. She's got her own. This is the thing to do. Is you got to have a nice bag with your Labubu keychain.
So
they're about yay high.
They're like accessories now.
They are They are as much a toy as they are an accessory. They are absolutely like you put it on your little bag. I think now, Rihanna was the trendsetter for that.
I'm assuming that you'd want to put a rare like the rare is like
it's a flex.
It's the total social flex, right?
Yeah,
like
it's like wearing a big studded chain for Labubu collectors. Is like, look at mine. This is a limited edition Labubu on my little, my Louis Vuitton bag. What you gonna? That's a flex right there.
Yeah. Okay. So they come in different sizes, I believe.
So the ones that most people have are the ones you can put on a bag that are about I don't know, maybe 7-8 inches high.
Okay.
About that tall. I would say here. I'm holding up my.
It's like a standard.
My mug here.
A standard,
that's about how big it is.
like little stuffy.
Yeah, they're a little more posable, I believe, but there is that collectability because there are blind boxes, which it's funny how.
And I do think it's like super rare to get like a chase. Like we're talking like one, and Doug would probably know this. 1 in 40 boxes, 1 in 50 boxes.
Yeah, those are really tough to get.
And everything else is essentially going to be a common.
Yeah, there was a Labubu that recently sold for about $87,000. So that's where we're at with Labubus.
Again, these things do look like Teletubbies.
They're like Eve. They're like
and
little
if you don't know what a
Teletubby
was, or is,
and
wait, are Teletubbies still around? They've gone like the show itself.
There was a new Teletubbies. My son was into it when he was really young. There was a new one on Netflix. So yeah, if you've got little ones, he really enjoed it.
I'm locked into Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel,
and
love Miss Rachel.
Now, and this isn't a good pathway. Not proud of this.
Not proud of this.
Blippy.
Oh boy. Oh, brother.
And I also
been down that path.
I didn't realize. I think we're on I think it's our third Blippy now.
Okay. Look, this is an aside. I'm sorry. We're going into dad talks full on right now. But it's the thing that drives me the most crazy. First of all, he's also got a friend Mika.
Yeah, no, and
there's also different Mikas.
Also different.
What is going on?
I don't know, but apparently it's being Blippy is either a stepping stone to bigger and greater things. Or
it looks great on a resume.
Yeah, I mean,
I was Blippy once.
But yeah, and honestly, I've seen 3 Blippies, and I have a personal preference on the 3.
Yeah.
I could rank them. I'm not going to rank them here. It doesn't make for a good podcast segment, but I have some opinions.
Yeah, there's 3 Blippies, there's 2 Mikas, and I am one confused person. That's how I feel every time we watch it. There are no cartoon Labubus, as far as I know.
Not yet.
Not yet. But this is a big step where PSA is saying we're going to take those little tags. Well, like they're just tags, really. But they come in each box, and
I'm also assuming that they have like names and like different like
there are different favorites and all that.
Yeah.
This one that if you're listening from home, we're showing a PSA 10 graded.
Well, one's got a guitar there.
ZZ.
I don't hate that one.
No, that's kind of cool. Some of them look cool. There's one that's like a little skater that was like a Vans and Labubu collab.
You know what these also look like? It looks like, remember when you'd play like, I think it was Mario 3, and you'd get the raccoon suit?
Oh, they absolutely look like that. They absolutely look like the Tanuki suit Mario.
Yes.
That is what they look like. Yeah, I see that too. I don't know what the market is for this. I think I saw on collect.com, they reported that one of these one of the rare ones of these ID cards sold for $400. Should you start grading the ID cards? I don't know.
Why would you want to separate the actual
that's where
toy
I'm like,
or collectible with its friend?
That's where I think this is a little bit of the hobby angle here. I don't quite understand yet, because you're right. Isn't the value of having these to show that, yes, this is an authentic Labubu. Here's the ID card that shows it and shows its rarity. How much is it really improve it by grading it at that point? Or is it like, I don't really know. If people understand, if you're watching this in the comments, you've got kids, or you yourself are a Labubu collector, and you're like, yes, I totally get why you would separate the ID card and the Labubu itself. Let us know, because I'm kind of at a loss with this trend here. It feels very much like people who don't quite know what to make of this trend in our space trying to get in on that space. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Once there's trading card sets, that I get. Yeah, if you want to make a Labubu trading card that's like a Pokemon of a new gen, that I get. That to me is
now
a no-brainer.
And I know where did this IP come from? Do we have the origins?
I believe they are from Hong Kong.
Okay.
And
now, do they have? We don't. Is there a comic or a show?
Nope.
Or
I don't believe so.
It just originated as being a toy?
I believe they are just original toys.
And
they were just collectible toys.
And always in this configuration of being blind wrapped with chases and all that stuff?
Yes.
Domestically, I do believe there, and you may know better than me, and Doug would definitely know better than me. Wasn't there something domestically that was called like LOL Surprise or something that like came in like a blind wrapped and like an egg thing, and you'd get them at like Target.
Yes.
And like you would open it, and it would have like some type of figurine inside the egg, and they started with small ones, and then they got bigger ones. I mean, this is kind of that same.
It's definitely
concept.
The same thing, but now you're adding in the layer of but these are designer. Okay. These are designer toys. So you're it's like an elevated toy experience. Frankly, it is a very much tapping into a lot of the same, like, even though this is a newer brand, I think it is tapping into this sort of nostalgia-driven market of millennials right now and Gen Z, where it's like stuff like they remember the Beanie Baby craze. They're like, but what if there were Beanie Babies that were like elevated and designer, and it was a fashion statement when I wore this little thing? That's what I think that's what it is. It's filling some void.
I gotta
like
say,
that.
I mean, the fine people that are manufacturing these Labubus, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you, because the cost of making these has to be
nothing.
Pennies.
$32 a pop for the normal ones. They do have larger ones as well. Here you go. There are $960 31 mega editions. Pretty crazy. 15,
same material, same stuffing, same everything.
But it's big. That's the difference. It's big. It's a big guy. So
how big? Like
31 inches.
Like a carnival game, like a
big stuffy.
Like a big stuffy, like
maybe a little smaller than
ones
that.
Like you get the ring around the Coke bottle, and
like
you
probably
get
as tall as a toddler is the big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
big.
But what do you do with that?
You put it on display.
You don't put it on your purse.
No, that one you don't. That one goes into the display room.
Okay.
That's a little different.
Or you get one of those dog carriers. and then you
Just
put
carry
you
that
you, you
around.
just put it in there, so you have like a Chanel dog carrier with your big ass Labubu
Oh my
figurine
God.
in there, wearing the PSA graded card around its neck, its own neck.
My goodness.
That's the life that I want to be in.
Yeah.
I want to. There we go.
Yeah, here it is, by the way, via card ladder. I do have a card up. This is a how to work Kaising Lung Labubu Monster Series 2 card. It sold for $400. And actually just today. So there you go.
And I'm assuming you get one of those every time you open one.
Even
with
I think this is a more rare version.
Even with the commons are probably going to have a common card that goes along with it.
Right, exactly. The one that we initially saw, those are the traditional ID cards. Once again, for those watching at home, there's sort of a clear card right there in the PSA slab. So that's the one you traditionally get.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm into
How soon until Mojobreak Shop
You
is
don't-
selling Labubus?
tomorrow.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, if we could get them, we would sell them. I don't even know where to start.
I know.
We talked Pop Mart, which don't know what it is. I've never stepped
It's a
into
new
one.
thing,
But apparently that's where you get them.
That's where you get them. That is the home of.
And I'm
Labubus.
pretty sure they're not readily available. I don't
They're
think
tough.
I don't think I can go in there and be like, I'll take 6.
It is. I mean, it is strange how much it is mirroring Pokemon, where people go to these vending machines in malls. They wait till the mall opens for the day at like 6, 7 in the morning, run to the vending machines, stock up on the Labubus, and do whatever they want with them. Either resell them or put them in the collection. That's what's happening. So
What a time.
it is quite a time.
I do like this better than chasing flaming hot Cheeto
Way better.
Charizards and all that stuff.
This is at least like, again, something. I have seen them in person. They're really nice quality. They're cool. Like, they're nice vinyl toys. Like, you can tell there's a lot of care in these. They look good, but I'll take it over a Cheetozard. Absolutely.
Cheetozard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
What a segment for Doug to miss.
I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, oh, tailor-made. We're good.
Yeah. Wow. If you would have said, hey, you're coming in on this podcast today, and we're going to talk about Labubus, I'd be like, are you sure?
Labubu cards.
Labubu cards.
It's the new thing.
Not Honey Boo Boo.
Not Honey Boo Boo. Labubu.
Labubu.
Let's get back to regular sports cards before we wrap up so we can stay sane here.
Thank you.
A Michael Jordan card sold for $2.5 million over the weekend. Lots of weird little things with this one. You might be reading that right now. Pharrell, as in Pharrell Williams, as in the musician.
NERD.
NERD. You go back to the producing days with the Neptunes.
Didn't he produce Justin Timberlake's first album?
I believe they did. I believe Neptunes are credited. Britney Spears as well. They were the hit makers. They were the taste makers of the 2000s.
And now it looks like Pharrell has an auction house.
Jupiter is this new auction house. Mostly has been focusing on, he's got his big fashion brands, obviously Billionaire Boys Club, which has been a very popular one for a long time.
He's got Labubus.
He probably does. Let's be honest. He probably is going to be auctioning off Labubus at some point. Jupiter is a new auction house, and the first sports card or piece of memorabilia, period, was. Do you remember? I think we talked about it a few months ago. There was a collection of I want to say 5 or 10 Michael Jordan Fleer cards
that were signed.
And everybody was shocked.
It was like a private signing, and at that point, it was like the only known, signed Jordan cards in existence. I thought there was 10 of them. There could have been 5.
Yeah, something like that. I think you're right. I think there were 10. This is one of those.
This is one of them.
This is one of those, and it sold for $2.5 million. There was only one bid for the entire auction. So
somebody really wanted it.
Make of that what you will. $2.5 million. And also you had to I think it was
somebody who's like, I'm going to buy this for $2.5 million and not a penny less.
Yeah. It was reported.
They're all, how about 1.5? He's like, no, you 2.5.
Gotta go to 2. You got to go to 2. This was reported by multiple sources, but if you go to Jupiter's website, you have to sign in to see the final price, which I thought was anyway. So this is a very, very, very exclusive, very private sale here happening. So they're not letting it be publicly known what the sale was, but now we have ways of finding out. $2.5 million for this. Interesting. If we just go quickly to the highest card sales of the week, that is easily number 1, followed by...
It's the right Jordan rookie.
It's the right Jordan rookie.
I mean, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, no, we don't need to stir that pot again. Well, even though, I just want to throw this out there, even though we have been proven correctly on the show about the star rookie card and the market that went up and then went down.
I don't like talking about that.
No, we don't need to. But again, we don't need to talk about it.
I mean, look, when we take our victory laps, we gladly will take our victory lap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
maybe not quite there.
Maybe not quite right now.
Yeah, but nonetheless, $2.5 million for the autographed a Bird Dr. J Magic Johnson. This card there's now been multiple sales of this card that have been really high. Gem Mint 10 at $500K. That was sold on Golden. A Metal Universe Champions PMG of Michael Jordan from 1997, sold for $312,000. And how about this? Carlos Alcaraz has 2 of the top 5 selling cards of the past week. One is that, I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago, that Golden had it up, the Net Pro 1-of-1 auto, ended up selling for $237,907. And the racket knob, those royalty tennis racket knobs, which I think are some of the coolest looking, best new cards of the year, 1-of-1, sold for $222,000. But I think those racket knobs are awesome.
As we are recording this podcast today, I think Wimbledon started.
Wimbledon has begun.
So there's a good chance that we're forecasting maybe a victory at Wimbledon, maybe a little peak in pricing. Because he is ranked number 1 in the world.
He just won the French a couple weeks ago, and now a chance to go back to back here. Maybe also forecasting, can he do? If he does that, then it keeps it alive that he could hold all 4 Grand Slams simultaneously, which would be big. He would need to win the Aussie next year to keep that going. I don't know off the top of my head how many tennis players have done that, where they hold all 4 Grand Slam titles at once. It's not that many, but he could do it. He's that talented.
Andre Agassi.
Andre Agassi.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know a lot of them. I don't even know if Andre Agassi
Federer,
was.
I'm pretty sure.
I think. Well, wasn't
Nadal? I think maybe
Nadal and Federer at one point were 1 and 2, and I mean for what, a decade? Like they were kind of the face of men's tennis. I just remember Agassi. I don't even know if Agassi was really that good at or he was just well marketed.
Agassi was really good.
Because
Sampras was
there was Sampras.
Sampras was the better of the 2, but Agassi was extremely good.
Then you had, if you want to go even further, you have McEnroe and Borg.
McEnroe-Borg, absolutely. Yep. And now you're looking at Sinner and Nadal, or excuse me, Alcaraz.
Did we just go like 3 different decades of tennis?
Yeah,
knowledge?
basically generations.
Yeah. I mean, there's very few things that we know better.
Absolutely.
Than tennis.
Yeah.
That was good knowledge, Cody. That was good.
Thank you. I used to play tennis, so I know a little bit about it.
Oh yeah.
I know a little bit about the hard court.
I played some ping pong in my day.
There you go. We played ping pong.
A little table tennis.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing.
It's actually the same concept, I believe.
Yeah.
A little less running.
Yeah, little. You're right. Little forecasting there, I think, but interesting that tennis is picking up here. The tennis market in general, I think, is really picking up. Part of that is, I think, royalty. That was we were ripping it here, and it was like, man, this is a good looking product.
I wish we would have got more of it. Honestly, yeah. I mean, it's hard to know how a category is going to perform with like the introduction of a high-end release. Because honestly, like chrome and graphite, the releases before that, like didn't perform all that well. I mean, I think Chrome did better than Graphite, but Graphite didn't do well really at all. So you see a high-end product that's going to be even pricier. You're like, is it going to take?
Yeah.
And we did, I think we went through like 15, 20, 25K, something like that. But I wasn't super bullish on it. And I was proven wrong. Like not only it sold well, it broke well, the cards looked amazing, and the secondary market performed extremely well. So I give it up to Topps for making that work. It actually overperformed right before that. UFC royalty came out, and
it's true.
Tennis royalty actually outperformed UFC royalty.
I think it speaks to people are suckers for bat knobs and racket knobs and things like that. The moment I saw the racket knob, I went, "Oh, sold. I love it. That's cool. That's rad." It's also the type of stuff you don't see as often. Also, they built up a nice checklist, a nice roster of tennis players that are Topps exclusives now, where I think in the years past, it was like Upper Deck's got all the big guys. How are they ever going to compete? Now they are competing. And one other point about royalty, this is how Topps needs to introduce new brands. Don't introduce here's Midnight with unlicensed photos of NBA players. Like, okay. Like, versus something like this, where it's like, here's all the best tennis players in one product with officially licensed stuff and huge autos. Because I'm actually excited about
I think that's what they want to do.
Right,
but there's obvious reasons why they can't do
that. I know that.
I don't think they were at a boardroom going like, you know what we should really do with Midnight is that we should send this out with no logos on it, airbrush.
Look, maybe it's like this is just a perfect moment, but would Topps Tennis Midnight have done well? Yeah, probably not. But so maybe it's just that. But
I mean, it just tells you where the market is when the licensing doesn't work against you and is a crutch, right? Like, honestly, Midnight and Motif and all the new products that have been produced by Topps, if they had logos on them, we wouldn't say they underperformed. They would have performed. They would have performed just fine.
And I will say that because there is NBA royalty coming out soon. I believe it is going to be at least one 24-25 version of it, so there will be one version without logos. Even still, I think those cards look pretty nice. And knowing what we've seen with the other two products, where I was really impressed with it,
you can't do bat knobs or anything, and
can't do bat knobs.
So what do you? And I know Panini has done the 1-of-1 shoe relics.
Mm-hmm.
Does Topps take a page out of their book and do like a really, really awesome shoe relic?
Let me look right now, because I know they had some mock-ups of what these are going to look like. There's a lot of Nike swooshes. There's a lot of swoosh relics in there. So that's going to be a big thing. I'm trying to look at it. It's actually it's a 23-24 product, which means last chance to chase rookie Wembies. That's going to be the hook. So there you go. There's swooshes. There's some cool looking triple autos, but yeah, they're going to go. They're going to go big.
We're going to be ripping. We're going to be ripping rookie Wemby product, and he's going to be done with his rookie contract.
We're still going to be. I thought you were going to say his career's going to be over.
No.
It's going to be 43.
But he's going to be signing his second extension, and we're going to still be trying to get Wemby rookie cards out of new product.
Yeah. You're probably right. Yeah, there's the look right there. At here, I'll put it up on the screen. It looks nice. It's the Wemby Nike swoosh.
Yeah, I mean there
it is. Yeah, that'll be the chase.
It'll be good. We're gonna have the same. There's gonna be the same fallbacks on it though.
Oh yeah,
it's
exactly.
Gonna be like, this is too much for unlicensed, and we'll see. I mean, I hope it performs. But yeah, we shall see on that.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll be ripping it, of course. We'll be ripping.
We still got it. We still got to do 24-25.
That's the thing.
Then we got.
How's that going to work?
Then we got Cooper Flag year, which will be 25-26.
How is that going to work? Because they're going to they're going to release an unlicensed NBA product when they already have the license. That's right, because they can't release a 24-25 release with the license. So there are going to be at least a few, or they just say, skip it.
I do believe there's going to be 4 to 5 releases that are going to be unlicensed that are going to be labeled 24-25.
Yeah,
from Topps.
At least a few more.
I think there's going to be 4 or 5. So,
yeah, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's show. Let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to in the WNBA Rookie Royalty. What are you looking forward to with San Diego Fanatics Fest? And let us know about Labubus in the comments as well. Please educate us, because clearly
help me.
It's time to start collecting Labubus. The hobby is here for Labubus, and it's
I'm not going to go that far, but
it's time. We're just give it a year, Dan, and this will be an official Labubu podcast, because that's how much it'll have taken over.
Yep.
It's only a matter of time.
Yep.
Make sure to go to Mojobreak.com for all of the latest breaks. This week's Score Football is out, as well as what else is out? We got O-Pee-Chee Hockey. Platinum Hockey is out as well this week. Another chance to chase Macklin Celebrini rookies. Mojobreak.com for all of the latest breaks. Mojobreak Shop in person here in Santa Clara. If you guys want to get yourself a box, for MojobreakShop.com. If you want to get one online. For Doug, for Dan, I'm Cody. We'll see you guys next week on The Hype.
Later.